I feel like there's new WNBA drama every single week, especially this season. And I'm not complaining that much about it. It's kind of enjoyable. You don't want it to get too messy to the point where it overtakes like the actual game and the actual play. But I think narratives are part of growing the game, and it's the reason why the NBA is in as popular as it is now. And a lot of people now are like, oh, you should hate the finals, and many people have already gone on that rant on YouTube. So I'll stop from it because those people are never quite fans of the game. They're just fans of the narratives of the NBA and stuff and the storyline. So we have a bunch of those in the WNBA this season so far. A couple of them we have documented on the channel before. If you want to go back, speaking of, if you are new to the channel, this is the road to 2K subs, but the latest one is in my hometown of Atlanta, Georgia, with the Atlanta Dream. Now, the Dream are on a road trip. They just faced Seattle a couple of times. I believe we're at the end of the Commissioner's Cup in the W, if I'm not mistaken. The Dream have no chance of winning it anymore, but hey, that's the ultimate. That's not the ultimate goal. Ultimate goal: go into Olympic break, get healthy, bring Tiffany Hayes back, and then come back from Olympic break fully healthy and make a run towards the playoffs. That is the goal for the Atlanta Dream. Anyways, like I was saying, so yeah, they're out of the Commissioner's Cup race, and on this West Coast trip, they just lost by about 18 points to the Las Vegas Aces. I was watching the game live. This one a rare occurrence. I got to watch a Dream game live. I usually have to wait because the area I'm in on League Pass is always blacked out. I'm in the South, so it's always blacked out for the Dream, and I have to watch the replays after the game. But this one I was able to watch live. I was cooking and washing dishes, cleaning around the crib and stuff while I was playing. But I was playing the game, and I was looking at it, and it seemed like in the first half it was just too much size for Vegas. Like Vegas, you're talking about obviously Asia and Cambage in the starting lineup, but you also have G. You have G, and then you have De'Erica coming off the bench, and now they signed Kia Stokes. That's 5 quality bigs that are all grabbing rebounds and just doing whatever they want down low. Cheyenne Parker did what she could. I believe she had like 18 points and 7 rebounds. She set a season high in points, tied a season high in rebounds. She did what she could, but it was just too little for that big front court. And then in the second half, the backcourt got whatever they wanted. Kelsey Plum got whatever she wanted. Jackie Young starting to get it going. She got whatever she wanted, driving to the lane. And then, hold on, let me look up an actual box score before I just try to make up folks. And then, hold on. Oh, yeah, and then Rakina Williams, she got whatever she wanted with that mask on, driving to the hoop. So the backcourt was just driving to the lane at will and getting what they wanted at the rim. And I didn't even notice until after the game because, I was multitasking and, like I said, around the crib. When I look at Twitter, to kind of talk about the game, whatever, I'm noticing Kennedy Carter didn't play much. He played 6 minutes, and that was like an hour ago, right after the game ended. So I'm like, okay, 6 minutes, maybe just in the first half, and because I know something else that happened with the team too. So I was like, okay, that's a bit weird. So I kind of bypassed it or whatever, and then I look at the box score, and I see, as you can see here, Kennedy Carter only played 6 minutes in the entire game. What's going on here? Something's fishy about this. And if you know from the Dream, the previous game in Seattle, it was a tight game, close game the entire way. The Dream only lost by 3 points, and it came down to a Courtney Williams 3 at the buzzer. She missed it. 9 times out of 10, you want Court taking that last shot. Regardless, Kennedy Carter, the team's best player, was on the bench for the second half of the fourth quarter. So she sat out second half of the fourth quarter, and she didn't even play at all. She started against the Aces, but she didn't play. She only played 6 minutes and then sat the rest of the way. So what is going on with the Dream? So I watched the post-game press conferences, and this brings me up to this guy. Shouts out to this guy, Spencer Nesbaum, doing a great job covering the Dream all season long. And also my guy, Emmanuel Glaze, of Crush Sports Talk doing his thing as well. It wasn't that many people in the post game Zoom because it's the 4th of July, so like a lot of people not trying to really work like that tonight. But those two guys, they held it down and they asked some great questions to everybody tonight. And E-Man, he really asked them, like what's the overall just feel of the vibe of the locker room. And Monique Billings was like, oh, it's a little tense. There's a little, ups and downs. We're working through it. We're working through the friction. We're trying to get it going. And then he asks, you guys have 4 days until the next game against the Connecticut Sun. What is it going to take for this team to really get things back rolling and get back on the right track? She said, blah, 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 and we got to act like professionals. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And she had the shades on in the post-game Zoom, too. I'm like, uh-oh. Hold on now. Uh-oh. So then the coach comes in. Interim coach, excuse me. Let me put the interim. He doesn't want to be the head coach. Nikki Collin, the actual coach, left 2 days before the season started. And that's a bit of exaggeration. She left about a week before she left about 9 days, not 2 days. She left a week before the season started. And then the GM was dismissed as well, right before the season started. So interim coach Mike Peterson comes up, and he's asking about the vibe. Well, you don't want people to take losses well. If people are taking losses not well, then it is what it is. But Spencer asked him this. He said, "Yo, Kennedy, I didn't see her out on the court much tonight. What the heck is going on?" And you know what Coach says? He says, "Oh yeah, Kennedy, you might have seen that she didn't play tonight. It's not because she's hurt. It's an internal thing." Hold on now. We can't really get much into it now. Hold on now. And I'll leave it at that. Kennedy Carter is really, really, really what I think, in my opinion, because this is not the absolute truth and fact, because it's a bit different between the two teams. There are two different teams here. With the Hawks in the same city and same basketball team in the line. But the Hawks, you had John Collins and stuff, but they didn't really have a guy. Drafting Trey, making him the face of the franchise, being so popular coming from college, being, a high draft pick, blah, blah, blah. He was made to be that guy for the Hawks. Kennedy drafted high, but when you bring in someone like a Courtney Williams, when you have someone like a Tiffany Hayes and Elizabeth Williams and Mo Billings already, like established veterans, and you bring in more established veterans, it was kind of unclear of who the leader was. Now, last year with Tiffany Hayes and Renee Montgomery sitting out of the wobble season, that allowed Kennedy to kind of step in, kind of be that leader. Courtney Williams as well, she came in late, so that gave Kennedy even more room to shine. And she took the team, and it was her team, and it looked like it was Kennedy Carter was going to be to the Dream what Trae Young is to the Hawks. Now, everybody gets back, and the questions before the seasons were the same. You got 80 billion guards. How are you going to make it work without a head coach? And they said, Odyssey said, everybody always want to talk about we got 80 guards. Everybody want to talk about 80 guards. Well, what happens if we make it work? We don't need that negativity in our life. And more power to her because, who are we? Who are we watching from the couch? I mean, who are we watching from the couch to say what you can and cannot do? But when you've never seen it literally in the history of basketball succeed, then you might have a good hunch that it's not going to work this time for the first time in the history of basketball. So they try to make it work in some games. They're running fast and they're getting it going and it seems like they can't be stopped. And then other times it's just like this past week and it's like, too much size. The other team has too much size. Dream have some front court help and stuff like that with Cheyenne Parker, Liz Williams, Mo Billings, Tiana Hawkins. But it's not enough when you talk about some of the league's top front courts, if we're just keeping it a buck. That's all due respect to E, who's an Atlanta veteran at this point. It's all due respect to Mo Billings, who worked her butt off to stay in the league after being a second-round pick. And it's all due respect to Cheyenne Parker, who's a consistent veteran in the W as well. But when you face those Tina Charles, Elena Delle Donnes, when you face those, Liz Cambages, when you face those who they have in Chicago, Stephanie Dolsons and, Candace Parker, when you face Seattle with Stewie and Sierra over there, and just all the people from all around the league. It's difficult. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? And when you go to LA and you're facing Amanda Zahui B, when you're going to Phoenix, and of course you got Griner and you got Brianna Turner, and you know what I'm saying, like there's no there's no breaks. There's no time where you will really have that advantage when you're facing the Jonquel Jones like you are facing in a couple of days, when you're facing the Sylvia Fowles. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Big Sil, again for what I said a couple of weeks ago to you. I apologize because you dang sure showed the dream that same night I recorded. But you know what I'm saying, like you don't have any time off. But anyways, getting back to it, it just looks like it's not working. It's like you have a bunch of pieces and you don't know how to fix them yet, and you don't know how to fix it. And usually that comes down to coaching, which goes back to brother franchise in the same city, Atlanta. Lloyd Pierce with the Hawks at the beginning of the season, he had a bunch of pieces, right? And he was like just doing these random rotations and random things in the middle of the season because there wasn't much of a preseason, right? It wasn't much time to prepare. You have all these pieces and you're just trying to figure out who should get in the rotation, who deserves the minutes and stuff like that. Then injuries happen and forces you to play certain guys, so he has to play certain lineups and stuff like that. And it wasn't working for them. 14-20, Lloyd Pierce fired. Nate McMillan, you're in, and as you guys have seen, just ended this last night. Make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, 2 games away from the NBA Finals, and they live up to their potential. They still weren't healthy. They were still missing DeAndre Hunter as soon as Cam Reddish came back. So, they still weren't healthy, but he did with that same roster and the same thing. He adjusts, and it was the difference of one person, a coach. So, before the season, Mike Peterson said he didn't want to be the coach. Get a coach. Get a coach. That's my solution. Because you don't want this thing to get any uglier than what it's looking like it's already getting. Kennedy Carter, in my opinion, she needs to be what Trae Young is to the Hawks to the Dream. Just the fact that she's young and she's aggressive and she has that. Keep Kennedy Carter. Courtney Williams, of course, first-time All-Star, you know what I'm saying? Keep her happy. She's going to get her touches and stuff like that. At the same token, I'm saying Kennedy is your future. Kennedy is that franchise. You need to prioritize Kennedy Carter. Don't mess this up like you messed up Benijah Laney. I don't think you messed up Benijah Laney. That was just money. You know what I'm saying? I think she's getting paid more than Courtney Williams, who's the highest paid player on the Dream. So, that's just a money thing. But, yeah, the Dream cannot mess this up. The Dream cannot mess up Kennedy Carter at all. They can't afford it. Like, you literally were given a franchise player in your lap, a face of the franchise, a face for the city, basketball, literally her and Trae Young. It just goes well. They were both at McDonald's the same year in 2017. I believe the game was in Chicago that year. It just makes sense. So yeah, here we go. So Spencer, shout out to Spencer once again doing his thing. At any Atlanta Dream players, my DMs are open. And very next tweet, sources say a player tried to talk to Kennedy Carter during a timeout and Carter got mad. Happened in the first quarter. More to the story, but we'll report once I have more depth on it. Okay, so someone tried to talk to Kennedy and Kennedy got mad. Okay, so this is what happened anyways. I guess I have some dreams. You're a funny dude, man. Spencer, you're doing a great job, brother. You're doing a great job. I've never met Spencer. I've never talked to him or anything. Just been, of course, following his work all season long and stuff. Let me see. Where are we? Where are we? Let me see. Oh, yeah. So he said, he's like, yeah. She wasn't even out on the court. She wasn't even on the bench, bro, in the second half. She wasn't even out on the court. But I'm trying to see what the heck is going on here. Okay. Oh, so yeah. So anyways, it all kind of went from Christina Williams. Christina Williams was tweeting a lot of this stuff out. And so I'm going to go to Christina's page. Shout out to Christina Williams. As I always say, we always give black women their flowers on this channel. and it's more important than ever, especially on a day like today when the Maria Taylor report came out. I have to read that full story, but from the snippets I saw, of course, yeah, for sure. Let me see what the heck we got going on. Here we go. Mike Peters, okay. Sources are telling me that multiple players in Atlanta are not happy. I'm told there hasn't been any accountability from top to bottom. And then, yeah. So that's one thing. I don't know if the other thing's like a joke or what is. Can confirm now that there was an alleged altercation in the Atlanta locker room during today's game. A source characterized a particular player as being a cancer in the Dream locker room. I believe multiple sources can confirm that I went to college and graduated with a G. Oh Lord, see, but you don't need to do that. When you're telling the story, you ain't gonna see Woj. I know you're not Woj, but come on now. Let's keep it professional now. Folks is coming to your page to see the news. All right, I'm gonna keep going, man. We're gonna keep going, man. We're gonna keep going. With this positivity, because like I said, we support black women on this page. Hold on, man. Where we at, man? So, anyways, there was a fight. Everything that's what they're saying. Right here, what do we have right here? Oh yeah, this was and this tweet was from another tweet that she responded to. So if you pull it up, here it goes, right here. Y'all know Kennedy the player. I know Kennedy Carter the person. Y'all don't even know the half. She said, "No, you don't know me at all," laughing emojis. I definitely know someone with first-hand stories, but do you, sis? And then she said, LOL, so you know her or not? Sounds like not. She said, exactly. Girl, you can believe whatever they tell you. I'm a good person, though, so all good. So that was Kennedy, right? So then Kennedy goes and she goes and tweets her own thing. Please, if anyone tells you they know me, stop it. Circle way too small. You don't know my name. Will you ever know? Ooh, do. So now you got Tiffany Hayes. And she said, LOL, every story is so wrong. So there's the cancer thing. And there's the fight in the locker room thing. And there's the multiple players on Atlanta are upset and not happy. This is what's going on according to Tiffany Hayes. LOL, every story is so wrong. You don't know my name. And the entire time, Nikki Collin is tweeting about the Hawks game. This is supposed to be your coach. What the heck is going on in Atlanta? And she tweeting about the halftime. She watching the halftime of the Dream Aces game. And she's talking about Sophia Young. McCollum, I believe her last name is now because she got married. But yeah. But shout out to Sophia Young, someone I watched growing up and stuff like that. It's kind of weird seeing her be like a retired legend return into the game. But she was at the Hawks game last night. Coach, we need you. Coach, the Atlanta Dream needs you, Coach. Your team needs you. And shout out to Baylor and everything they're doing over there. I'm sure they're giving you that bag. And I'm sure you have a special opportunity to build something special in Waco, Texas. But Coach, the Atlanta Dream needs you. They need you. So, there we go. Anyways, but that is what's happening with the Atlanta Dream. And let me go to Vol Fans page. Because she retweets all the tea. She's like literally plugged in. She's literally my plug to a lot of this stuff. Man, let me see. Let me see. Oh, here's Core right here. So based off this video, as Vol Fanning says, Vol Fanning, that's my plug for everything. She keeps me in the loop for real because she's really plugged in. But and anyways, I tried to get her on the channel. If you were wondering, why don't you get her on the channel? I tried to. She didn't respond to my DM. But yeah. Like she said right there in that caption, it's hard to look at that video and think this team has some issues. This team doesn't like each other. They look like they like each other. They look like they like each other. It's not like the team that's the most together. I feel like the team that's most together in a W or has the most fun are the Las Vegas Aces. They look like they just always have fun, but it's always easier to have fun when you're winning. Like the mood's better, it's everywhere. It's like that. But yeah. So let me see what else. Let me see what else we have here. She's tweeting the memes of the drama and stuff. Let me see what else we have here. Cause I'm all right. Is that it? Is this it? I think that might be it. I think that might be it. Let me check to see any other players. Courtney Williams. Has Courtney Williams said anything? Has Crystal Bradford? Crystal Bradford has been inserted in the lineup, and Crystal Bradford, she shoots the ball a lot. However, it shouldn't be a problem because, I mean, Kennedy's still starting. She's still in the starting lineup, so there's that and everything like that. So I don't know what's going on with the Dream, man. But the Dream, we were just talking about the Dallas Wings need to get it together. We were just talking about the T a couple of weeks ago with the whole New York Liberty, Phoenix Mercury beef and stuff like that. Here's the latest chapter of WNBA drama, and it's a doozy. So, Dream, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? If you made it this far, you are truly dedicated. You're truly invested in this story. So, what do you think? Who needs to be traded? What needs to be gone? I know my guy Sean. If you're watching this, Sean, speak to me in the comments. Let me know what the heck the Dream need to do and what the heck is going on in Atlanta, man. Because it's looking like some mess, like they done lost control. Renee, hello? Yep, the Hawks season over now. You can hop off the Hawks live. You need to call someone, get Top on the phone, get someone on the phone, and fix this mess expeditiously. Because you got a franchise player in your lap, in the city, and you can't mess it up, man. That's all I got to say, though. This is Zero to 2K Subs if you are new to the channel. I didn't expect this to be longer than 20 minutes, but here we are. Have a great night. Have a great morning. Have a great day whenever you're watching this. I appreciate it so much. And, yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoy the content. Until next time.